In the 9th century, Western Europe was introduced to the Scandinavians, or more widely known as the Vikings. With their amazing craftsmanship and adventurous nature, the Vikings had, they built boats and sailed along the European rivers, beginning their settlement. Knowing just how potentially dangerous these men were, the ruler of the Frankish lands offered the Vikings a treaty. Though as time passed by, these Vikings grew more in size and again posed a threat to the safety of the people in Europe. Unable to protect themselves, the Europeans turned to more powerful leaders for assistance. This was the introduction of the feudal system. In the feudal system, the king was on top, having complete control of all the land in the country, and was the richest of
I
the
shall
rich.
lend a portion to the people I trust.
But it's all yours.
Nope, too much.
Although he ruled all, he is in need of aid and services, or in some cases are in debt to some of the people who have helped him rise. The king appoints men that he trusts with his land in return for their services and loyalty. The men that he lends his land to are barons and nobles. Sir, I enter your homage and faith and become your man by mouth and hands, and I swear and promise to keep faith and loyalty to you against all other. Barons and nobles owned large estates of land and had a lot of social influence. They had to pay their rent and provide the king with military force consisting of knights at his service. Like the king, they had complete control of the plot land.
That's too much work. Give it to the peasants.
Okay, barons and nobles would keep a portion of their lands and hand the rest to knights and lords. Under the control of superiors, knights wore heavily armed chainmail and were part of the king's cavalry manned with horses and lances. Knights had great social prestige and formed the backbone of the European aristocracy. Just like their superiors, the kings and the barons, they also gave land to the peasants and serfs.
You know it.
The other type of people that would provide the serfs and peasants land would be the lords. The lords needed men to fight for them and would grant his vassals land. With the land came political authority and different forms of order. Lords could hold courts and decide punishment for crimes. Under the influence of the Catholic Church, chivalry, idea of civilized behavior, gradually evolved among the nobility. In addition to their oath to defend the charges and defend less people, knights were expected to treat captivates as honored guests instead of putting them in dungeons.
These knights, lords, and other superiors lived in nice buildings called manors. These buildings varied in size and could be estimated from 1,200 acres to 1,800 acres and were usually fortified. Within a manor was this great wall, which was the compartment where food was taken, justice was served, and entertainment was given. Manors were surrounded by houses of his tenants, creating these tiny communities. At the bottom of the pyramids were the free peasants and serfs. Both worked for their lords and farmed their agricultural ground.
Work till midnight, alright? Get it done.
They would provide the knights with food and labor on demand.
Where's my food?
Delicious. Serfs had little to no rights and could not leave the manor, and had to ask their superior before getting married. Will you marry me?
Don't you have to ask your lord first? I'm leaving.
No. However, free peasants weren't bound to any land, and some even owned land of their own. Simply, they were poor farmers.
Hey Bob. Hey Cole. Hey, I'm about to head out. Done for the day, buy some land, own some property. How about you? I can't, I had a girl, I wanted to marry her, but I couldn't, cause, the Lord. Okay, well, I'll catch you on the flip side. Adios, amigo.
They both worked 3 days a week and paid their lords for usage of their fief.
Thank you.
A portion of the land was given to their lord, and the remaining would be kept for personal usage. Aiding the growth of farming was a new technological advance such as the karuka. A heavily wheeled plow with iron plowshare was able to turn over the heavy clay soil that laid in their fields. A popular method that developed was the 3-field crop rotation. Farmers would occupy 2/3 of their farm with crop and leave the remaining one unplanted to regain fertility. Though the king had strong political influence, he did not come without a rival in the form of the Pope, who was the person with the most religious control in the clergy. These two were different sides of the same coin. Bishops were responsible for the diocese. Dioceses were tutorial areas owned by these bishops, similar to the fief system with the king, barons, and lords. However, they were not intended for agriculture. The Pope can divide some of his territory into dioceses.
I shall divide my land. Now turn me into a bishop.
And the diocese can be divided by the bishop into smaller districts called parishes, which each has their own church.
I shall divide the land, for I am the bishop, not the pope.
Fun fact, even the King of England was a vassal to the King of France for the land that he inherited.
I am the King of England, rich as ever.
Have you forgotten the land you have inherited from me?
Forgive me, my lord.
Fun fact, if barons were unable to provide an army for the king,
Out the window!
he would give the king an extra tax known as shield money. Fun fact, if a peasant or serf was caught hunting, they would be punished. Even killing something as small as a rabbit was not allowed, and the feudal lord would punish them.
A crime has been committed. What have you done? I will take you to the manor house, yeah, let's go.
Fun fact, because young knights had little to do but fight, in the 12th century, tournaments began to appear where knights could demonstrate their skills. Fun fact, the feudal system was based purely on heritage and position. Your social position was based on luck. You would hope your dad was classified as a noble, or you would end up farming crops for the rest of your life.
Hey, Bob. Hey, Cole. Yeah, you know, I wish I was born to the right family. Yeah, okay. Let's see.
Hey, Bob. Hey, Cole. Aw, man.
Around 90% of people worked in the land as peasants. Most died before the age of 30. Introducing our video editor and puppeteer, Tasik Islam. Next we have Urshad Willers, our puppet maker, as well as our puppet maker. And lastly, we have me, whoever I am. I am the narrator / scriptwriter, Tom Lee. Thank you.